we got a bunch of routes blocked in for around downtown Dallas. We're going to see how Tesla FSD version 12 does. And there we got the dark gray, and now it's driving. So it's depending on how you set it up in the menu, you can have a single pull down on the stock here, or you can have a double pull down where you kind of like double click, like you double click a mouse. I laid out a route, so it's kind of going back and forth across what I think is a major street. Really don't know what we're going to encounter here. We'll see how that goes.
Everyone's first time downtown Dallas.
I've been in Dallas before, but I think it was like the suburbs mainly. Going straight for a little bit, then we're gonna hang a left. I'm gonna let it do the auto speed, so it can go whatever speed it wants. And I'm gonna set it to assertive. I don't know what kind of bearing assertive has. We do need to turn here. This is good. So the car's going a little faster than I would, because like this is unfamiliar territory for me, so I would be more hesitant. I haven't seen these roads before. We need to go straight. Good choice. It's really smooth here.
Wow, yeah.
Comes to a nice slow stop. The braking is very smooth. It's about 7:04 a.m. at Dallas here, so it's a little early, but there's already congestion with rush hour. So let's check out those menus, what our options are. So you hit the vehicle icon on the screen to turn it on, to look in your menus. You can set up your hotkeys here, so to speak. These hotkeys in order are the phone. There's a radio button for a built-in satellite radio, I would call it. That's an oversimplification. This is to see your rear and side view cameras live. So we'll check that out now. It just beeped at me because I'm looking at the screen too much. I need to be looking at the road. So this gives us our rear and side cameras here, so you can always pull that up while you're driving. Can be distracting. Here's I don't know if it's all your potential icons, but there's a lot of icons here. You can access your dash cam recordings. I'll get into a little more. We're driving right now. I want to be safe. So it's, you know, people worry about the technology not having a million buttons, but you figure out where things are. Right here we have our hazard lights. That's a mandated thing to have a button for.
And this is a Model 3, right?
Yeah, this is a Model 3, Model Y. That's where it is for here. On an S and X, it might be down right here. I actually didn't know where my hazards were for 3 months on my Y, because I was like looking for them somewhere in here. Let me focus on driving for the moment.
It's probably mandated it has to be a physical button.
So we're doing a soft right, and we had what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 5-way intersection. I think we're coming back through that on the way back, so we're about to our first destination on the thing I'll call it planned out. It was very random. We're at our destination now. It's probably not going to go right anymore, so it may not go back through that intersection. So this is destination 1. It's like
very nice. I mean, it's not perfect, but if you were just dropping somebody off, at least somebody could get around.
Yeah, boom, we're here.
I like it. I like it.
Perfect. Wow, that was awesome.
In between two cars, it wasn't even a.
Yeah, I'm just gonna back us out. Got our side mirrors. Like, side mirror is your friend when you're backing out. You can just line things up and. All right, let's go to the next one. I didn't know if it'd be trying to park these stops.
Interesting. I considered that, and that's like some back alley that's just behind this building.
I don't know if it's not done with the stop.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to delete that one.
So we can't delete it, but we need to move it down in order. So that's what we're gonna do.
That makes sense. We'll just put them to the bottom.
For some reason when you delete one, it wants to delete the trip. I'm not sure if I'm doing it right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we might be doing it wrong, but yeah, that's wrong.
So we're not gonna get to go through that 5-way again. This is a trolley street here. Got trolley tracks on the left. It is a 1-way. This is a nice area here. Little spa, get your nails done, go out, get your palm read. You got all kinds of stuff here. Brick road. In some areas, the crosswalks are bricks instead of painted, so you have to look for that as a driver. But
yeah.
All right, so okay.
It didn't slam on the brakes; it just brought it to where it needed to go.
Yep. So I had plenty of time to react.
One thing I want to call out is notice that these guys are gray. These cars. Anything, and correct me if I'm wrong, but if somebody was to turn here and we wanted to go straight, the car would highlight it blue as a person of interest as far as it's concerned.
Yeah. All right, here in your controls, you can mess with your lights, your outside lights, turn on parking lot lights. If you have fog lights, you could turn them on here. This car does not. You can fold your mirrors, do window locks, glove box is a button right there. Do your wiper settings. You can set your mirrors and your steering wheel. And you have, you also have your Sentry camera, so you can set Sentry mode, or it tells you whether it's on or not. So I think once we get there, it's going to try and find parking or get to a stopping point. So we may need to, depending on the situation, we may need to kind of force it to move on. It's got this new behavior where it'll look for parking spots or just look for a stopping point. We don't know what all it's looking for. Sometimes it can get stuck in a loop a little bit. Like that last spot we were in, it took us to a full stop. I felt like I was going to move on to the next one.
Oh, did you?
But I think you have to, maybe there's a a special way you have to do that. Because we came to a full stop.
Yeah.
We were stopped, like we were done with that spot on the route. So
And it was
I'm
around the
surprised
corner.
it didn't move on to the next one. No, like we were basically like, if the pin was right there, we were right next to it.
Oh, were we? Okay.
So this pin is on the left side of the street. Don't know what it's going to try and do.
From the car's perspective, though, that last spot, I mean, you didn't hit the brake. We didn't open the doors. I mean, how would it know that?
I did hit the brake, put it in reverse.
Well, yeah, after we decided to move. Or, oh, I see what you're saying. It should have transitioned to the next one after that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right, more in the menus. Like everything's here. It's not that hard. This says controls. All right, pedals and steering. Pedals and steering affects how your car behaves. You can set the acceleration, so like how much it goes when you hit the accelerator. Chill just lowers it down, so like it's not as jerky on the acceleration. Steering mode. Comfort is like a US style where you have to turn the wheel more. Sport is more European where you need to turn the wheel less, so it's like it got a tighter steering wheel, so to speak. Stopping mode, so when the car comes to a full stop, it'll hold the brakes. So like even if I was driving on my own, I wouldn't have my foot on the brake right now, because it would just be holding it.
It might be hard to see on the camera, but there are 3 modes: creep, roll, and hold.
Yeah. So creep is like it mimics a gas car where it wants to roll forward. I'm guessing roll is more like a neutral. So it made the correct decision there.
Yeah, that guy technically ran a red.
Yep. So that was good. The cool thing about the hold mode is like when you're coming to a stop, it's using the motor to brake down to like 6 miles an hour, but then after that it uses the regular brakes to get you to 0, and then once it gets you to 0 it holds the brakes. So that's a really nice feature. Regenerative braking is that when you're just letting off the accelerator, the motor brakes, so you set like how strong that is.
It's like the antithesis of the acceleration. It's the opposite.
Yeah. So with regenerative braking, I want to see what's going on with our path here.
We're almost there.
So regen braking, basically your motor acts as your brakes. So when you have it set to standard, it's pretty strong. Our destination's on the left here. We do have someone behind us to the left, and we're good. If we stop here, I'm gonna give it a little accelerator. We have someone behind us, 2-lane road. Oh, we're just like pulling in right here.
Nice. Little parking lot. It still weirds me out.
It's gonna be like, I wonder if it's gonna be like 2 for 2. Well, it just needs to come to a stop here. So, for a Robo taxi, we're moving
I think it's
goods and people around. So it's like getting into this loop thing here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stop it right here, and we're just gonna change our route. We're gonna edit our trip. So we've done this one. Oh. Just gonna move this one down. We are testing out FSD beta in rush hour. I'm just gonna try and engage it once I get a dark gray thing. So there we go. There we go. 4-way stop.
This is short. Looks like it's going to be 2 to the left, 3 lights, and a left.
Yep. But I think what'll be interesting is what it does when it gets there, right? Speaking of lefts, so some of you may not know this. UPS trucks, when they do their routes, they purposely design the route so it does as few left turns as possible. And I think a Waymo was even set up to do this, where they avoided making left turns. Where are we going?
It needed to get over because of what's upcoming, and I was a little nervous it wasn't going to do it fast enough.
Needed to do at least one. Technically, the one over from us, most people are going to turn left from that. Okay. Got a Mercedes, and that's now in our lane behind us. We need to turn left here.
Not bad.
And we're going to turn left here as well. But yeah, we're in the correct lane here. The pin is kind of right in the middle of the street. So we'll see what it does when it gets there.
It is a bit of a busy street, so we'll have to be watching.
But I feel like, you know, if it can get some confidence around parking, maybe confidence is the right word, but like
awareness.
You know, get the parking done, get to your spot, and like I guess the logistics around it. Like I feel like that part of Robo Taxi is basically doing real well.
Nice.
So
is it gonna pull in? Technically, there's a parking space. Oh, it's gonna choose the 10-minute delivery one. Not bad for getting out.
Yeah, so we're at our spot. It pulled off and got us there. So this is Cedar Springs Road. We're gonna drop that one down. Oh, that's moving. I thought we were moving. The wall's moving. They're like opening the garage here. I think they think I want to get in.
Oh yeah, maybe. No, somebody's trying to get out. That's what it is.
Okay.
Do you want to either?
Nope. All right, so I'm gonna hit done. And don't have a tentacle yet.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pull out on our own.
Route wants to go left.
I think it's a one-way. You have to.
Yeah, we were gonna get funneled to the highway if we stayed left there, so it's really great. It went over the solid white line there.
A human would have done it that way. Had to.
So that was a really good move.
Okay, we're gonna turn right. We got a pedestrian. You can see the pedestrian on the there's on the map. This guy's gonna take his time.
He doesn't need to jog for us. So as I was saying, the logistics of the stopping seem to be pretty good for robo-taxi type purposes. I'm very encouraged by that. I'd say the biggest thing they need to work on is when it pulls out, it needs to figure out, okay, I stopped for the line, but then I need to creep. Let's get a full creep. Let's not like wait forever to start creeping or do like a tiny baby creep. When you have like 6 more feet you could creep. So it needs more with that, and then it needs to go. It needs to go when it should. That was a little too aggressive. We got a pothole there. I intervened for that. Got to get it right back going. So I want to say why I let it go there. So the person turning right. So this isn't legal. but this is how my mind thinks at times. The person turning right has to slow down to turn right. I think it's avoiding a pothole there. Or no, it's just wanting to go to our destination. So it's like, oh, the shortest distance is like right right here. So like, instead of doing this big loop around, let's just go right here and park. That's awesome.
That might not even be a valid road. This might be the closest you can get.
Yeah.
Because we just pinned it.
Well, it doesn't matter. This is the closest.
In a park.
And we don't need to dance around. Awesome. So this is Colby. Is this Colby Street?
Woodall.
Yeah, it's Colby Street. So we're gonna edit trip.
Are you a Teslanaire eager to further grow your shares? At Rebellionaire.com, Bradford Ferguson and Matt Smith have demonstrated their aptitude, consistently delivering groundbreaking, world-first research featured on platforms like Tesla Daily, Dave Leon Investing, Solving the Money Problem, Limiting Factor, and Farzad Majmahi. At Rebellionaire.com, we go beyond just holding shares. We strategically trim and add, capitalizing on the stock market's emotional fluctuations. Our approach involves selecting additional exponential growers which we believe are undervalued by Wall Street. We use covered calls to create cash flow from stocks, even those without dividends. Our financial planners craft a personalized master plan using a first principles approach addressing all aspects of your finances, not just your investments. Our goal is to consistently increase your share count, avoiding missed opportunities during market FOMO or panic selling, and minimizing tax liabilities. If you're ready to enhance your share growth with our help, visit Rebellionaire.com.
Move that all the way down. So Urbay's going to be next. So as I was saying, the person turning right has to slow down much more than the person turning left. I think we might have been starting from a stop though. So like, yeah, I would normally make that kind of move as a driver if I wasn't starting from a stop. Oh, I need to, I'll do a U-turn here. So that's what the route suggests. It flipped it back, so I'm just gonna engage it here. Let it figure it out from here. So I got full motion. The person turning right, you know, they got their speed. They have to slow down way more than me turning left. So often, not more than half the time, but I'll say sometimes I'll make that left turn in front of them. Technically, the Tesla shouldn't have done that, and I should have disengaged there. But I thought it was a safe move. It's something I do from time to time. It is not learning from me. So they are not using video clips from me to train the system, so don't blame me. Don't send me your hate mail. All right, let's get in menus a little more again. Okay, so pedals and steering is like how the car drives. There's a setting for like when it's cold outside or when your battery's almost full, your regen braking might be low. So it can instead give you a little boost from the brakes when your regen braking is limited. So you don't really have to change how your brain thinks when your regen is low. So this is a tricky situation. It wants to turn left. I have someone behind me. It's gonna stack up. So we got a red here. People are gonna line their cars up, hopefully, and get in a situation where they're gonna let me out. All right, so I'm gonna give it a little accelerator. Now we have a pedestrian starting. I'm gonna watch the light to our right. I'm gonna force it to creep out all the way so we can try and complete this move. So we're about to the spot where we need to be.
I think it was just waiting for the pedestrian at that point.
Yeah, that was great. I forced it to go a little more, but when I hit the accelerator, I only did it for like half a second. Just so it would get out to that creep line and we not be in people's way. I notice there can be a lot of hesitation on unprotected lefts. So it's good they're training it. They're having the drivers go out to Chuck Cook's famous unprotected left turn and test that out. Get those best practices and video training to train the big Tesla brain with that. Here we got another thing where the route is showing that it does a little triangle, but it might just get to this point and stop there.
Find a place to pull over.
It'll split the difference. Not turning here, we're turning the next light. Charging, you can set your charge limit. It's gonna depend on what your daily usage is like. So if you only go like maybe 15 miles out and back on your commute each day, you might set it to 60%, and then you can set it higher if your commute is longer or your daily usage is longer. Then when you have a trip, you set it to like 90 to 95%, if not like 100%, like right before you go. But depending on the type of battery you have, you generally want to limit setting to 100%. You really don't need 100% of your battery on a daily basis. So our pen is nearby. It's back and to the left.
Probably try to turn in there.
Okay. So this is the sharp left turn. Charge your car at home at night. You just plug it in. Takes 5 seconds to pick your plug off the ground, plug it in. It's way better than going to a gas station every week, going out of your way to do that. Your gas station is in your home. Next one's autopilot, so you can set a bunch of options around autopilot. Got locks, lights, you can set your display, you can set this to night mode. I kind of like the night mode. We'll do that. We'll see what it does when it gets to Hervé Street. There's only one car there, so if it park on the street or whatever, shouldn't get mad. Nobody behind us. And pulling off to the side, like you're at your destination, get out.
I mean, that's tough. There's literally nowhere to park.
Let's see. Okay, it's like, okay, we can get even closer to the pin. Going for bonus points now. All right, so it may not be totally done here, but we're going to move on to the next one. So it might start to loop around. Okay. It needed to go this way anyways for the next spot. And we're gonna end up near a park in Dallas. I forget what the name of the park is. John W. Carpenter Park. You can set up your locks. You can do a walk-away lock, or you can have it so it doesn't lock when you walk away. You can set how you can use your phone as a key. It could let you know in your app if you let you left your door open. Lights, they got auto on and off as settings. Display, you can change even what units things are displayed in.
I have a question for you that you might know better than I. Of all these things that you're showing, how much of them are personable to you as the user, as the profile that we're looking at? Like if I log in.
Well, you can't change your options here. So, you know, what's personal is your settings. So yeah, what you're talking about is the profile here. So you can set your seat, your setting for your seats. You can have different settings. So like getting in and out of the car, they call that easy entry or something like that.
Easy entry.
You can have a setting where maybe you're eating lunch in your car, so you scoot it back, that kind of thing. But like, yeah, all the electronics are saved to your profile for that car. You know, we're not sure if the settings carry over. So like, this is a 3. If I use my profile for another 3, you know, will it carry over? But like, Dax is helping me out with this trip, and we noticed like, okay, we changed the settings for recording dash cam footage, and that saved in my profile but not in Dax's. So each one, you're right, is customized to the
I don't
person.
know which features is or isn't, but it's more than just your seat position, I guess.
So we're at the second to last stop.
Nice. Well. It's basically this corner coming up.
Yep, this left corner here. This is a parking garage to our left.
Quite figure it out. There you go. It's off the street.
Yep, we're done. It's out of the way. Mission accomplished. All right, so we're gonna go to the last stop. I don't know if that's 323 Pearl. Yep. We have a pickup truck coming.
I can see it in the glass, but I can't see it any other way.
They might be wanting to park. Yep. Okay.
This might be a one-way, but no, it's a stop sign. Never mind.
That sign it just went by is like a tiny stop sign. I think maybe it should have stopped back there. It did say stop pedestrian walkway, but there were no pedestrians. That SUV is turning. There's a bold sweeping move there.
Ooh, we're gonna have
So did we have a safety critical intervention on this? I don't think we stopped it to prevent any kind of potential accident. So
that last spot where there was a stop for pedestrians, had there been a pedestrian there, stop sign.
No. Was there a safety critical intervention? I don't think there was on this.
No.
So it's doing a lot of things well. Again, they need to work on pulling when the car decides to pull out. So that left turn that it did, and we were turning left, the car that was coming toward us was turning right, and we decided to turn left before that car was able to complete their maneuver. That was probably a little too aggressive, but admittedly we are set to assertive. So that's probably the fault of it. It'd be cool to do this whole thing on chill, and see how it does, but we're going from Sacramento to New York City. We're trying out V12 in cities across America. I'm Bradford Ferguson with Rebellionaire.com. This is Dax, my co-host and helper. We're gonna take it all the way to the park here, trying to figure out if this car was gonna go through the yellow or not. It waited for it, which was great move. So our work in Dallas probably done. It's forgetting to turn off the left turn signal. I didn't do that. I'm just gonna give it a little bump to turn off the left turn signal, so we don't confuse anyone. There's nobody behind us. I got too many things to look at. So part of the point, me showing you the menus here, is you have everything you need. You got your trip computer. You can do like navigation, spoken navigation. The map, like if you're doing cross country, it plans out the route for you. You could set it to have a hotel as your destination, but it plans out the route. It tells you what supercharger to stop at. You don't really need to figure out, where you need to stop with superchargers. It plans it for you. All right, so we're approaching this park, which is going to be on our right. So it really has what you need. It's like your phone. It's got your apps. Your phone has your apps. It's got your phone has your alarm clock, your maps, your contact book, your diary, your internet, your fitness, everything.
Stereo.
This has all your apps here. You don't need a million buttons. Here you can set your safety. There's a Sentry mode, so this car has 8 cameras and it can record. It can record that. That does use some battery. They are improving how much battery it uses, but you can have it record when either people go by your car, or if someone touches your car, then it record it. You can set a pin for your glove box, so no one can get into your glove box unless they know your pin. So there's a lot of cool safety things. Our destination is going to be on the right. It's going to happen to be in this bus stop. This was not planned. So I made it a little easy, but it says autopilot navigation complete.
Perfect. Yeah.
Press accelerator to resume. So we're at the end of our trip, and check us out on Rebellionaire.com. What we do is we help people who are all in Tesla or other stocks like Nvidia, and help them manage the risk of their positions. Look to do some trimming and adding. So instead of just hodling and missing out on the emotional highs and lows, trying to take advantage of those. Mixing in some other names, but not selling a majority of your portfolio if that's not what you want, and mixing in some financial planning. So while your all-in investments might seem like they're your whole finances, there's a lot more of your finances beyond your investments, and you need to get that all in line so you're making the biggest forward movement with your finances as a whole. You're maximizing it. You're not want to make sure we're avoiding mistakes and taking advantage of opportunities, and that's the only thing that our planners do, is focus on that. So anyhow, it's been fun to share this with you. Bye for now.